We up, we live, we ready for a new episode of Real Time Revelations. This show hosted by myself, Priest and Officer Raawban. You know what I'm saying? Of course, give y'all some time to pull in, share the live. I got today's live. I got this set up as auto request. So if anyone wants to join in, I won't have to keep going to invite you to set some ground rules. We operate on this live as a one mic policy. All right, so we deal with one person at a time. If anybody starts, talking out of turn or anything along those lines, I'll of course give you some reminders because I'm not expecting everybody to be watching right now. But we deal with one person at a time. So if anyone wants to come on and battle, that's completely fine. You can request to join. If you are not respectful or don't have any manners or common sense, you will just be kicked from the live. But if you want to come in, if there's anything you want to debate or talk about, by all means, let's get it in. All right, so what I'm gonna do real quick. How do I do this here? Let me share the live, repost. Let's get this up on here. All right, today's topic. And again, we're going to have a special guest for today. I'll say tonight, this afternoon. I'm so used to doing classes in the evening. All right. Shalom to Natalia. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't go by that name no more. You can call me Officer Raawban. I can put it in the comments, but I don't go by that name anymore though. All right. So I'm going to put you my new name in the comments. This is my Hebrew name. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do that for you. I'm gonna spell it out for you. Raawban. Okay, that's my new name. All right, no sweat. All right, good to see you, cuz. Okay, so we're getting into tonight's topic. This afternoon's topic is the UK or is England really Christian? Like, is England really as Christian as it says it is, as it claims to be? All right. Shalom also to Kayala, Yahweh Shema, Alataba, Shem Yahushai. All right. So we're going to get into that topic tonight. We, of course, going to have the captain in here too to speak on this topic as well. All right. So before we get into that, let me quickly share the live stream. As y'all come in as well, make sure you like the video. Comment your thoughts, share the video, repost it on TikTok, so on and so forth. All right, shalom to the sister Marisa. I see you as well. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shema Alataba Shem Yahushai. Again, good to see you as always. All right. And if you have any thoughts, throughout the live, by all means, put those thoughts in the comments. All right, whether you agree or whether you disagree. But we're going to get into the topic, is the UK or is England really Christian? Is it really a Christian country? Okay, so, all right, so let's see. Who we got on the live? I think they must have joined and dipped out. All right, no sweat. Okay. Real Time Revelations, is England really a Christian country? Now, most of you may ask, why would I ask such a question? Of course, England is a Christian country. Of course it is. Majority of English people believe in Christianity, and so England is brought up on Christian values and all those things. Well, we're about to delve into the topic and really discuss whether the UK or England is a Christian country. Let me also tag Cap in this post. All right, boom. Okay, no sweat. Of course, if anybody wants to join the live, and if you want to talk about a topic, it could be on topic, off topic, it could be anything you want to talk about, by all means request to join the live. It will automatically accept you on. And as long as you have some common sense, you know what I'm saying, we can have the conversation. If anybody is rude or cussing or just disrespectful, you will be dropped. We also dealing with a one mic policy. So there'll be one person that we're dealing with at a time, and you will have to wait your turn. All right. So until we get somebody who, you know, is brave enough to get up out the comments, I see somebody talking about what's up, child of Cain. If you want to talk about, you know, how exactly I'm a child of Cain, by all means get up here and talk about it. But if you're just a warrior of the keyboard and not a warrior of real life or any form of, you know, any form of honorable type of warrior, then by all means stay in the comments. Okay. I don't battle, you know, warriors of the keyboard. The victory isn't as glorious. You know, I like to really cut people down. You know what I'm saying? All right, so whilst there is nobody on, we're going to play a couple videos. Let me get this video first. Where is that? Bada bing, bada boom. What's up? This the one. All right, so turn the volume up. Now, you know, I feel like I've been talking about this topic for a while, but it's what's going on in the social media. You know, the Bible says to be instant and in season. So while this is a topic, I'm certainly going to talk about it. While this is a topic in mainstream media, it's going all over the news, all over social media, we're going to continue to talk about it. And we're just going to pull up all the hypocrisies and all the things that these people are saying. All right, so let's go.
Why are you here today?
So, here for the march, Britain First. We're here to come together as a community, show that Britain stands together and Britain's not alone.
I think Britain's divided at the moment.
Yeah, I do, to be fair. I think Britain's divided into two. Us and the Wales.
Why do you call them people?
So
Because
this young lad says that Britain is divided between us, referring to British people, apparently, and the PDF files. Okay. All right. And this is in Manchester. I recognize this is St. Peter's Square. All right. So this is within Manchester. Oh, hold on. Salaki, Shalom. We got priest and captain of 10,000 Karathia on the line. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah, sir.
Salam Yahweh Shem Shakatah. How's it going? Can you hear me good?
It's Tawab. I hear you loud and clear, the one.
Most High in Christ, man. Yeah, I just saw the video, man. So I can continue.
Kind of the one kind, sir. And just to let you know, I got the stream set up on auto invite. So anybody who wants to come up, they'll just come up on the stream. I've also of course explained we operate on the one mic policy. So I don't want no interruptions. Me and the captain will be talking because this is our show. So we running this, we co-hosting this. But in terms of the viewers or anybody who wants to come on and debate, we'll deal with one person at a time. All right. Now yeah, let me carry on with the video. Of course, if anybody is rude or just disrespectful, you will just be dropped. All right, so I'm gonna give you that pre-warning from now. All right, so let's play this. So this is in Manchester.
Why are you here today?
So, here for the march, Britain First. We're here to come together as a community, show that Britain stands together and Britain's not alone.
I think Britain's divided at the moment.
Yeah, I do, to be fair. I think Britain's divided into two. Us and the Wales.
Why do you call them people?
Because they're all... You've got the people on the street that are grooming kids. You've got... If you look online, top 10 pedophiles, they're all not British. You've got...
So he says that if you look up top 10 PDF files, you'll see that they're all not British. Now, I took this as a challenge. I'm like, okay, I'm sure if I look up the top 10 PDF files, now I don't know what exactly the ranking system, I'm assuming we're talking about the most prolific, right? The most prolific PDF files. Who is going to come up? Now, you could do this worldwide, or if we're talking about Britain, we're talking about the UK, you can specify we're talking about the UK. So I looked this up. And let's see what came out of the answer. So if you do the initial search, let's see who you get. The individuals most frequently cited by international authorities for the extreme scale and prolific nature of their offenses include number 1, Jimmy Savile, United Kingdom. For those of you who don't know, it gives an overview. A prominent British television presenter who used his celebrity status and charity access to exploit vulnerable children across hospitals, schools, and children homes for over 5 decades. So when this young white kid says, you look up the top 10 PDF files, this is just worldwide, and Jimmy Savile from the United Kingdom, a British man, pulls up. I just have to point out the ignorance. I just have to do it.
Sorry, Raawban.
Go ahead, sir.
Don't forget the most British of British men. Don't forget Prince Andrew. Don't forget. Don't forget about that couple the other day that adopted a child and was PDF files towards her. You know what I mean? You want to talk about immigrants are PDF files? You might want to look more closer to home, man. Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew's part of the royal family. He's a royal PDF file, man.
Yo,
Jimmy Savile was friends with him. Was friends with the Queen at the time. He's a big PDF file, man. So you might want to look closer to home. England is known for being PDFs. Let me tell you something. But England was going around colonizing the whole world. See, this is the history they tell you. If you're a British man, listen up. The history they tell you is that Britain was going around to Africa and going over the globe, teaching people how to eat with knife and forks and teaching people English and good Jesus. No, that's not true. As well as teaching people English, there was being PDF files, man. And raping women and unaliving men and forcing Christianity upon them. That was on a global scale, man. Whether it was India, whether it was South Africa, whether it was Nigeria, whether it was the Caribbean people, whether it was the natives. So you better read about Pocahontas. You might think that Pocahontas was a Disney movie, a lovely romantic Disney movie. Pocahontas was great, man. Pocahontas got a statue in Kent. Why? Because she was kidnapped and brought to Kent. They make out like she just loved this strange oppressor that she's never seen before. He got a whole different language, a whole different color, and she fell in love with him. No, she was forced, man. So like, and she was underage as well, and she was not of age, man.
Right.
So like,
they had pictured as some grown woman. No, this was a child. All right, we got somebody on by the name of Me. I'm gonna request to unmute. You came on talking. What you got, Me? What's your name and where you tuning in from?
Leon. I'm from the United States of America. I've never seen a black Israelite out of what do I call you? Are you black Israelite? I'm just asking.
You could call me a black Israelite. That's what it would be.
All right.
Or you could just say Israelite. That's accurate.
I've never seen one outside of the United States of America.
Okay. So today, congratulations.
But this is to the brother. This to the brother, man. This is how you know that the truth is spreading, man. And we're coming to the last days. So this is a good thing. If you're a black man, this is a signal to you, a sign to you that, listen, you got to come in at I.S.U.P.K, man. And learn your heritage. But go ahead.
Yeah, that was all I want to see. Yeah, have a good day.
That's all you wanted to say?
All
right, no sweat. Take it easy. Yeah, we got brothers all across the world. We are worldwide. Don't think we're just some, small group. The truth, you can't hide the truth. The truth will be the truth, whether you're in the US, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in Jamaica, Trinidad, whether you're in Brazil, wherever you are, the truth is the truth. And there are brothers and sisters that are waking up all over this world to the truth. All right. So let's see who else we got. We got Max Dillinger. All right, Max Dillinger, I'm gonna give you a request to unmute your mic. And what have you got? What's your name and where you tuning in from?
Max, I'm tuning in from London, UK.
Max from London. All right, well, go on.
Yeah, just to speak to that video that you played. Yeah, clearly that boy in the video was lying. According to our own Office of National Data and Statistics, 85% of all S offenders in the UK prison system are white. That's a fact.
Absolutely right.
Also, it's quite concerning that it seems like law and legislation seem to be written in a way that protects the elite and the things that they're into, and this seems to be this seems evidently what they're into. And I'll give you an example. In the late 90s, the head of the police, head of the top ranking police officer, Sir Paul Condon, they actually made this man a sir. He brought out this thing called Operation Eagle Eye. And Operation Eagle Eye was to target young BLM men within inner London City, because they said statistically there's a lot of street muggings and they're the ones that are doing the most. Now, if you was unfortunate to be involved in that and you got caught, you got a mandatory 5 years in prison. Meanwhile, celebrities like Gary Glitter, who was caught with all sorts of images on his phone and also had ties to Jimmy Savile. There's footage of them acting inappropriately around minors, which has been an open secret for decades. Now, when Gary Glitter got caught, he didn't even do 7 weeks in prison. He went to 2 other countries and committed further offences and got kicked out of those countries. So I personally feel there's a lot of scaremongering with the media. That's him, right? There's a lot of scaremongering with the media, and they're making it so that people are focusing on the minority and ignoring who the majority is that is actually doing it. Also, the UK, anybody will tell you, and people who's not even from the UK, it's quite common knowledge, this is a football and drinking nation. Yeah?
Right.
Domestic, sorry, DV, can't say that, but DV goes up like 100% during the World Cup and during the national premiership, but this is their national sport. So nobody talks about the crime and statistics that is attached specifically to their culture and the things that they are into. Like the biggest postcode war in the UK is not what they keep showing us on the news. You know, people that have the same color skin as me.
So I'm not hearing him. He went blank. You still hearing him?
I think he clipped out for a sec. But while it comes on, I mean, I was just gonna say, I mean, no, you're right. Nobody talks about this, but the ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna. We talk about this all the time. We just did shows covering the violence of them people if they lose an England match. Yet they wanna riot on the streets about grooming gangs and this, that, and the third, and protecting women and children when they're beating their women and children black and blue. And the same women and children, they are the most in sexual offenses, in those offenses against women and children. So I just don't understand the cognitive dissonance. I just don't understand the disconnect between what goes on in their communities and what they're saying. They're saying, if you look at the top 10, hold on one second, if you look at the top 10 PDF files, none of them are British. All of them are British. All of them. If you look up in the world, you're going to get like British, America, and some other European countries. I'll tell you what, all of them are Caucasian.
Yeah.
So, and go ahead, brother. Sorry,
I was saying Raawban. What the brother Max brought out was right. See, we as black people, we've been saying that there's no justice and the system's against us. And all our life, we've been told, oh, you're lying. You got a chip on your shoulder. Or listen, no one's holding you back but yourself, you know. You know what I mean? Everyone got the same 24 hours. And it's not true. We're seeing it right here. They know that gang violence and gun crime is mainly a black crime. It's mainly something that black people get caught up in. And when you get caught with a gun, or when you shoot somebody, you get the book thrown at you. And then PDF file, according to the statistics, it's factual. It's mainly done by middle-aged YT men. And what do they get? 5 years, 7 months in jail, relocated, a brand new name, rehoused.
Protection.
Again, why? Because they get protected. Why? Because the system is looking out for them. The system is looking out for them. And if you don't believe me, how much time did Prince Andrew do in jail? Don't worry, I'll wait. How much time did Gary Glitter do in jail? Don't worry, I'll wait. Why is the
Very good
Queen
question.
tight friends with man like Jimmy Savile, man? Why is
Right.
it? Again, because they look after their own. Meanwhile, when you do, you go to jail. Like what the brother said, man, they make out like, oh, the biggest pot, oh, these black men are gremlins, man. These these BLK man are such gremlins, are fighting over postcode wars. Meanwhile, you man fight over football teams, man.
That's what I was gonna
You fight
say.
over
Right.
That
you
is
fight
the
over
biggest
colours.
post. That's the biggest postcode war. Football
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
always has been.
Mm.
Always has been.
Yeah, always. Like you call us gangbangers and criminals and what we commit senseless violence over a color. You commit senseless violence over a football jersey, over a football T-shirt. There's a whole lot of senseless and drunk violence. You commit violence against not only members of the other team, but your own household. You go home and hit your wife upside the head if Harry Kane misses a penalty, and he's going to miss it. I'm sorry to tell you, he's going to miss the penalty, and I feel so sorry for all these, YT British women. I don't feel that sorry, but I understand your pain. I understand your pain, but your problem is you don't see ours. You're willing to accept being beaten black and blue, and you'll defend your man because your hatred towards black people or anyone who's non-white is so strong. You'll stay quiet again about being beaten up. You'll stay on the hush hush about that. But you on the front lines protesting with your man about the problem is these black people or the problem is these immigrants. I mean, y'all is complicit in your own abuse. The Bible says, when the wicked beareth rule, the earth mourns. And you want to keep these people in power.
Sorry, Rob, if I could.
Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, my head is spinning. This is what I don't understand when it comes to YT people, in England especially. YT people hate immigrants with a passion, can't stand us, want us out the country. But I don't understand, but you don't mind us when we're kicking a ball for your football team. You don't mind us when we're running like Linford Christie in the Olympics. Listen, ain't nobody love jerk chicken more than YT people. Ain't nobody loves vindaloo and tandoori chicken. But listen, you can't get them out of the Jamaican shop, man. They know the menu more than you. I just can't. Please, I'm gonna go crazy. I just can't do it. Listen, there's something called Reggae Land. I know Reggae Land is filled with European people, man. They love reggae music. They love it, man. They can't dance to it, mind you, but they love it. They love wireless and they love all these festivals. Listen, if one of these cheesy Caribbean artists come to the UK right now, white people they're buying the tickets, man. I just can't get around it, but they hate us. They want us to go back. We're gremlins. We're a strain on society. We're a strain, and we cause all the crime and we all the problems. Meanwhile, we can't get you out the shops, man. Ain't no one ever patty more than them. I just can't. Please, man, it's driving me crazy. Ain't no one scoring more when Sterling scores or when Bellingham scored yesterday. No one didn't say, whoa, it's a child of an immigrant right there,
Right.
I just can't, man. So I'm only human, so but I'm only human. I know I'm a priest and that, but I'm a human first. And my brain can't take it, man. So like, Max, was there anything more you want to say, Max?
No, I'm just listening. I agree with what you're saying. Again, it's the media and how they portray things. And if you speak to any top journalists, like I've known people that worked for the Daily Mail and things like that, and if they're being honest, their interviews for those jobs are based on, do you think like me? And if you don't think like me, you're not writing for me. So a lot of these big major news outlets, it's not really the news, it's somebody's point of view.
That's right.
And they're trying to force whatever their point of view is on to the mass. And unfortunately, some people do go for it. Some people genuinely go for it, don't do their own research. Like when people try to defend like this, the history that you can't rewrite, it's just crazy to me. Like we've had the Stevenson's report and the Macpherson's report come out, and those two reports have proved that our country is institutionally racist.
Right. So you bringing out
what it is. It's a fabric of the society that we live in, and
apparently though,
better unless people accept it, acknowledge it.
Sorry to cut you, Max. Apparently, they done their research. They went through. This is what 2 years ago. They done their research. They went through all the files, and allegedly, Britain is not systematically racist. I don't know how they came to that conclusion. And it was a black man that did the report, apparently. So it beats me. You
Can
got
I just
crime.
quickly add something, brothers?
Go ahead, go ahead.
So
What's
I
your
just
name?
want to piggyback off
Sorry,
what you were
one
saying.
second. One second. What's your name? Sorry, and where you calling from?
I'm Baha from the UK.
Okay, yeah, carry on, please.
So I just want to piggyback off what you were saying, brother, Home of the Truth, about the reason why there's no talk on Bellingham and he's where he is in the UK society after scoring so many goals for the World Cup. It's just the thing is with the UK culture that I've seen, their problem isn't too much with immigration. They like the token immigrant, right? They like the one that is basically assimilated, not integrated, because that's a different, assimilated, basically an immigrant that's foregone his culture, his religion, his people, and the further you are from your immigrant status, the better your life is in the UK. Do you get it? So
Yeah.
as long as you can be the token, they don't really mind you. The immigrant that they don't really like is the one that still has his religion, still has his people in his mind, still has his culture. These type of immigrants is a problematic for the white man. He doesn't like this. Do you get it? So it's one thing when everything's going right. There's crickets. You won't hear no problems. The minute something goes wrong, immigrants will be used as a scapegoat. And it's not just a token immigrant. They will pick. It's not just the average immigrant. They will pick a token immigrant to voice their racist rhetoric. Do you get it? It'll always come from a black or brown person. It would. The racism is there. It's still there, but they just changed the microphone for us. Do you get it? Where it's now.
I've seen that for sure.
Let me chime in.
Go ahead, Cap.
Go ahead, Raawban. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, go on.
Nah, I was just gonna say, like, even now you say like they have a problem with this type of immigrant and don't have a problem with this type of immigrant. They still hate the immigrant that even assimilates. Like, you look at black people in this country, we have tried to assimilate into British culture more than any other race. We've done so because, I mean, we looked at the white man. We were given white Christianity and slavery, and now we look up to him as though he's the authority, as though he's Christ, and his people are clean and pure and good. We look up to him. We assimilate into him. We try and talk how they talk. You'll always hear Jamaican parents or grandparents saying, speak proper English. We try to assimilate, and they still hate us. Now, they'll use us, but they don't like us. They'll absolutely use us, but they still hate us. And once they're done with you, they will cast you to the side.
And on the back of that, this is the wickedest thing. 100 years from now, yeah, we're going to be opening the books and we're going to see, England won the World Cup. England won the Olympics. England won this. We're going to read about all the greatest things that England did. And guess what? It's not going to mention that a black man did it. It's not going to mention that Bellingham scored to make them win. All you're going to see is England, and you're going to say, wow, those white Brits are so great, man. You're going to see World War I and II won by the British. No one's going to tell you that Caribbean soldiers came to England and helped them. You ain't going to say that. All you're going to say is Britain. You're going to read about, the Olympics. No one's going to tell you about Linford Christie. All you're going to read about is all the gold medals they got, all the silver medals they got. No one's going to tell you that Linford Christie ran. No one's going to tell you about Lennox Lewis and who else? Frank Bruno and Nigel Benn and all these gold Olympic boxers that got the gold. You're going to read about England having 5 gold medals, 10 gold medals, and you're going to say, England's great, man. And that's how they're going to use us.
Do you know what's funny? Home. Do you know what's funny? Yeah, we learned about World War I, World War II. We learned about the Roman invasion into the UK and how the Romans brought them bathe and taught them how to wash and built them roads and bridges. We know about this, but you know what? The one thing that they hide. The fact that the first Roman emperor that came here was a black man called Severus. Do you understand? You don't hear Severus. They've got a statue of him. They'll tell you now, yeah, he was black. He was of African descent. Yeah. But you know when they're teaching you about the history, they'll just refer to him as a Roman emperor. There's this psyop, bro. There's a clear psyop of reducing the black what you call it, input into the society, because they don't want you to kind of feel good about yourself. Do you get it? They want you to, they'll bring up the transatlantic slave trade. They'll teach you about that. They'll teach you about Kunta Kinte. They'll teach you all of the negative stuff, but none of the positive stuff, because it's a mental psyop, bro. They want you to feel inferior, like you never had the grace of knowing what to do. You know what I mean?
What you said was so key. They teach about the Romans, but they don't teach about Septimius Severus. That was a black Roman. They won't tell you that. So what I'm saying is not far-fetched. So when you one day now when you're going through the history and you're reading about how great England is, they're not going to mention to you that it was black man that made Britain so great. They're not going to mention that there was a black man on the team called Sterling and Bellingham and Tony. They're going to mention that just like how they didn't mention that Septimius Severus was black. They talked about how the Romans went all the way to the north and damn near beat the Scottish. And they named London from Londinium and did so much great works, but they don't mention there's a black man that did it. So why do you think they're going to mention that Chris Eubank got all these gold medals and Lennox Lewis got all these gold medals? They're not going to. And what he said was so key.
It's a shame, yeah.
One in every.
Before we move on to the next point, Max, was that everything? We were dealing with Max first. Max, is that everything you wanted to say, or you want to say any more?
I was just gonna speak to just what the last person.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like 1 in every 3 Olympic medals is actually for this country is won by an immigrant.
Come on.
I think the hardest pill for these patriot, confused, lost men to swallow is that statistically, whether you like it or not, immigration is one of the best things that's ever happened to this country. It's the fact.
That's facts.
And
I mean, just look at the British national dish. It ain't bangers and mash.
Right. It's if you look at you often, most people would agree. You often hear these people talk about, when I go to the doctors, none of them are British. I've always got a foreign doctor. You should be thankful because these foreign doctors, right? Here's what happened. A few elections ago, everybody voted for a party that they wanted to be in power. Yeah. We ended up with a hung parliament situation. So the Liberal Democrats, who was running against the Conservatives, decided to sell out everything that they told their supporters and said, all right, we're going to share power with the Conservatives and have a coalition government. Before that, they were promising their supporters that if we get into power, we will lower university fees, and they got the young people's vote. Yeah. When they got to power, they rose university fees, which created a skill gap on our National Health Service. And therefore, they had to get doctors from other places because there wasn't a people that could afford to go and study now for 7 years to become a doctor because university fees are so high and it's just less appealing. So they're actually doing us a favor and filling the skill gap, yet they're just so undermined and often overworked as well.
That's right. And just like an oppressor, they lied. That's all these people are good for. The Bible says that the wicked wicked go astray from their born, telling lies. From their born, all they do is lie. All right. Well, Max, brother, we appreciate that point. We're gonna get to the next person. If you have any more points, you can stay on the line, and we'll kind of cycle it back. All right. We've got a couple people online that want to talk.
Much appreciated.
All right. The next person we're gonna go to Alicia Moore, and then we're going to get to Eliyahu. All right, so if you could just hold on, Eliyahu. We're going to get to Alicia Moore, then we're going to get to you. All right. So, Alicia, what you got? What's your name, and where you tuning in from?
Where's what? Sorry, from?
What's your name and where you tuning in from?
Oh, my name is Alicia, and I'm tuning in from the UK.
Okay, tuning in from the UK. What's going on, Alicia? What have you got?
To be fair, I don't think I've got anything to add. I think everything you lot are saying is the truth. And it's pure facts, actually. And just to speak to the guy who said about they want us to forego our culture and our religion to kind of fit in with them, assimilate with them, and then they see us as positive citizen, I guess, in their environment. I don't think that's true. I feel like they'll play different ethnicities, different cultures off against each other. And pick one for that moment. So I'd say for now in the UK, there was the Sikh community is okay, but the Muslim and the Pakistani community are not. But since there's been that uproar around a young man being unalived by a Sikh man, now they're against them.
Against the Sikhs.
So they pick and choose to play us off, but ultimately, if they start kicking us off one by one, we're all going.
Alicia, what you're saying is right. Go ahead, sir. Slack you.
So, Alicia, I got to disagree with you. Like, and the brother as well. The brother said they like a man that assimilates. Well, no one's assimilated more than black people. So, I gotta be honest. I'm from Caribbean descent, and no one's assimilated more than us. Ain't no one permed their hair, so we can be like YT people. Ain't no one speaks good English. Listen, my grandparents used to cuss if you spoke patois. They wanted you to speak British. We fought in the British Army. We came over here and built their country. We served their God because why they told us to. Ain't no one assimilated more. And yet, whenever we miss a penalty, they make monkey noises. Whenever we miss a penalty, we're the N word again. Whenever we we fall short, oh, look at them gremlins, they're gangbangers again. So, for my people specifically, I don't think there's nothing we can do to be a part of Britain. Britons don't like us. What more can we do? We show them love. We fought in the army. We fought a war that didn't involve us. Hitler wasn't bombing Barbados and Trinidad and St. Kitts and St. Lucia. And we volunteered. No one paid us. Our grandparents volunteered and came to England to fight a war that weren't theirs. We served a white man. We served a European God. Why? Because they served them. We spoke their language. Why? We sing the national anthem and came to England and had a brand new life and looked down on the brothers back home because they weren't British like us. We call ourselves Black British. We fight and right. Look at Raheem Sterling, born in Jamaica, but who did he play for? England. That is, if that ain't assimilation, I don't know what is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This man not even playing for his home country. He plays for another one. This man sold out and served another country, as well as John Barnes. John Barnes ain't born in England, but he played for England. Ian Wright, all these brothers. How much more assimilation can we do? How much love can we show a man? We are in an abusive relationship. Like a woman getting beaten by a man, and she, but I love him though, and all he does is beat her and beat her. That's Black people. We love this man.
I'm saying.
Sorry.
That's what I'm
Yeah, I think she
saying.
was agreeing with
Okay,
you at
look,
once.
carry on.
Yeah,
No,
I'm saying that
oh,
it doesn't matter.
my bad.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Sorry, carry on.
No, it's okay. Yes, what I was saying. I was saying that they said they might at that moment say, yeah, we're all right with this person, but it's only to play us off against each other and to kind of say, oh, we're not racist. Do you know what I mean? We're not against all immigrants. It's just this few. But once them immigrants have left the country, it'll be the next lot that they want to work on. So it's essentially like they'll use certain minority groups to justify the fact that they're not racist.
Right. Nah, and you're right. Like to the point I was saying. I mean, that's always been their tactic: divide and conquer. It's always been their tactic. That's what they do: divide and conquer. Like even now, you have Black people who are going to these Tommy Robinson marches or speaking on their behalf and saying, "Oh yeah, we're here for British values and British this and British this and Christianity this and Christianity that." But once they're done with you, once they're done getting all the foreigners out, and you think the foreigners is just the Pakistanis, just the Indians, just the Somalians, just the this, just the that. When they're done with them, I mean, you already know how they treat us in the Windrush. You already know how they treated us in the Windrush. That's re-migration right there. They succeeded. They succeeded against you. They're having a bit more trouble against all these other ethnicities because they're more protected. You may disagree, but these other ethnicities are slightly less hated than Black people. I can tell you that for a fact. But
No,
I do
agree.
agree with you that they are using other nations. They use the Sikh, that Sikh guy that was popular, and because he hates Muslims, he's gonna side with the white man who's against the Muslim grooming gangs. But little do you know, I seen a news article where a Sikh woman got sexually assaulted by one of these people because they thought she was Muslim.
Yeah.
That's what the article said. This man sexually followed her to her home and abused her at her home because they thought she was Muslim. It ain't about no religion. It ain't about the illegal immigrants. It's about if you're not white, it ain't right, and they're trying to get you gone. So like, but was there anything you want to say, Alicia?
No, I agree, and I think there's this inherent thing when it comes to the BLK community that I don't think it matters what the BLK community ever does. They'll always be seen as, I think it's that old adage of racism, isn't it? That they're uncivilized or they don't know how to act, and I think that will always be like, I'd say that the BLK people have been here the longest, and like what you said, they probably assimilated the most. So, and it's still been the same way. And always when they talk about the BLK community, it's always from a point of they're not civilized or there's degeneracy. Do you know what I mean? So, I think there's like probably a line on a color chart somewhere that they all use.
Right. So, Alicia, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, if assimilation don't work for us, You've seen the stuff we've done. It don't work.
Yeah.
Then what do you think we should do?
So I'm not from the BK community, but from outside of looking in, I think you need to build your own community
Oh my
and
God!
stop
Listen,
investing
Alicia,
in their
listen.
community.
I wish you say you're not a part of the black community. I wish people from the black community hear this. You know what I mean? This woman who's not a part of our community said, bang on, spot on. We got to start building our own, man. That's about, if, what do you tell a woman that's in an abusive relationship to leave? And we are in an abusive relationship with a nation that don't love us. We need to leave them, man, and join our own. Alicia, thanks for that, man. I appreciate that, man.
No worries. All right, I've got to go now because my daughter's calling me. But thank you anyway.
No sweat.
All
Take
right,
it
all
easy.
right. Take
Appreciate
care.
your input. All right,
bye-bye.
Eliyahu, right over to you. All right, what you got, brother?
Okay, I just wanted to ask a question. Do you because I don't know if I asked you this before, but do you prescribe to the book of Jasher? I know it's written in the book of Samuel's and the other books of the wars and stuff like that.
No, we don't. When you read the Bible, you do get references. Like you might read in Samuel, it say, isn't this written in the book of Jasher? Or isn't this written in the book of Wars? And, you know, Jacob taught his son the bow. This is written in the book of Enoch. That is true. There is a book of Enoch. What you're getting now in W.H. Smith is not the real book of Enoch. It's not the real book of Jasher. It's something that someone made to try to fill in the gaps. How do you know? You can't find a Hebrew version of these books, but you can find a Hebrew version of every book in the Old Testament. You can't find a Greek, you can't find a manuscript in which it was translated from. What you're getting is some first century book of a man saying, oh, I found that book. When you read the book of Samuel's, it talks about the book of Joshua. So what you got is people saying, this is the book of Joshua spoken about in Samuel's. I got it. That's what you're getting. And when you read these books, it got nothing to do with BLK struggles or how to get out of it. You got stuff about, floating and going to heaven and Judah could run on grass and all this make-believe stuff, man. So yeah, if you do have one, if you got a fireplace, I say throw it in the fire. You know what I mean? It'll make good firewood. But no, them books are not inspired by God.
And what about the in Second Ezra chapter 14 verse 40 said there was written like 204 books or something like that?
Yeah. What I'll tell you, brother, this is what I tell anybody. The Bible says, what? Do not be curious in unknown matters, man. There's some things that we just don't know. What we need to be curious is in the things we do know. Now, this is what we do know. Drugs are a problem in our community.
Yeah.
Let's fix that.
Yeah,
Black and black crime is a problem in our community. Let's fix that. We got lusts and demons that we're fighting every single day. Let's use the scriptures we have. Use them. These scriptures tell us how to fight demons. Christ told us how to fight demons, how to fight lust, how to fight problems in our black community. Let's use the scriptures that we have. Let's not mess with the scriptures that it might be authentic. It might be, it might not. The scriptures God gave us, let's use them to the max. We ain't mastered this Bible yet. The books we have, we ain't mastered it yet, man. We're still hating our brothers. We still get demons that come upon us. Myself, from time to time, that we got to shake. Let's master this first before we worry about Book of Jasher and the 70 books that Ezra's hid. The Lord gave us this Bible. This Bible's all we need. Tells us how to love our brothers, man. To this day, brothers do me wrong, and I feel like, I hate this brother, man. So I got to shake it off. No. Christ will go to him here and there alone. Let's master this first before we worry about the Book of Wars and the Book of the Giants and the Book of Jasher and the Book of Enoch. Let's sort this out, man. That's what I'll say to any brother.
Like keep like Ecclesiastes 12 and 12, basically.
There you go, man. The Bible goes. I think it goes, be not focused in unnecessary matters. That's one of them. And another book as well says, beware of the making of books, man. There is no end, man. There is no end. I've heard about it. There's one called the Pseudepigrapha. There's one called the book of Adam and Eve. There's Apocalypse of Paul. It goes on, and they don't finish, man. It's someone looking for. People know what happens after you die. People know what Christ was. Listen, there's a 30-year gap of Christ's life. You hear about Christ being born, then you hear about Christ's ministry, and you got people that will fill that gap. I got the book that tells you what Christ was doing those 30 years. See, Christ was part of the football team. All that stuff is unnecessary, man. It's unnecessary. What we got to do is read what Christ taught, man. Christ taught your brother offend you, go to he and thee alone. The brothers to this day that can't master that, man. Brothers piss them off like, I ain't chatting to him, I don't like him, They can't master. Let's master this, man. Let's master that, man. Let's master the drugs in our community, the black and black crime. The woman online said that we got to come together and drop all these other nations, man. Let's master that, man. Let's do this.
And another thing is, you.
Sorry, brother, you dropped.
Sorry about that. Our nation, according to the scriptures, you believe just Israelites can be saved, because that's what I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Who else can be saved? You know what I mean? Like, what does everybody else need saving from?
Exactly. Yeah.
What does everyone need saving
Yeah.
from? Man, the British man got his own football team, his own army. He can demolish a whole country by the push of a button. What does he need saving from, man? We are the ones that need saving. As a woman said before, we assimilate, still don't get no love. We need saving. We need a country of our own, a currency of our own, a language of our own. We need to be saved, man. So yeah, absolutely. No one else needs saving. We need saving from them. If a man's in
Yeah.
a pit with a lion, if a man's in a pit with a lion, you don't save the man and the lion. You save the man from the lion. And
For real.
black people are in a pit with a lion, and this lion's called the UK, man. This
Right.
lion locks us up and throws a book at us and locks us up. We come out of jail, we can't get a job because we got a dirty background, so we're forced to go back into doing what we was doing was wrong, and he locks us up again. We need saving from him. But still, like Raawban, I
Okay.
yield.
Nah, so you absolutely right. You absolutely right. Like,
So what if
go ahead.
if another nation?
Sorry, Eliyahu, the brother was talking. Sorry. And carry on, man.
Nah, I didn't really have anything else I want to say. You said it perfectly. The brother can go
I
ahead.
was gonna say,
No.
if another nation wants to worship or praise the Most High, what does that entail? That they just do that and that's it. That's the end of it.
Yeah, like they
Well,
can serve under us. Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
other one.
yeah.
carry on, Raawban. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like they can serve under us, but salvation isn't for them. The kingdom of heaven isn't for them. It's
That's right.
for us. Now the
Yeah.
Bible says every knee shall bow. So no matter whether they want to serve the Most High or don't want to, the nation that will not bow, you're not gonna see them anymore. So all nations will eventually serve God, but they're
Yeah.
going to serve God under us. And it ain't gonna be no equal footing. It ain't gonna be no equality. Equality doesn't exist on this earth. You have nation that is on top, and you have nations that are below. And in this day and age, or when the kingdom of heaven comes, black people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to be on top. And all these other
Yeah, I
nations, they
believe
will
that.
serve,
I believe
but
that.
they will serve under us.
Right. Yeah, I got the clarity. I know that we're above them, but I just wanted to know what you thought in terms of what they do when they worship and praise the Most High. That's all.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
no.
knee shall bow. That's not a if, but, or maybe. Every knee shall bow.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Adwan, sir. Salakia.
Absolutely, man. You know how, like, right when we're on top, nations they're going to bow. Right about now, this ain't the time for us to be, with them and assimilating with them. Right about now, Christ, so what? The kingdom of heaven's at hand, man. Go out there, man, raise the dead, heal the sick. That's what we got to do. That's the time we're in. Once that's
Yeah.
done and we're on top, then the nations can come down, man. They can come and give tribute. They can come and show homage. They can't be around us, though. They can't be one of us. They can come and show homage. Just how the best way to look at it is how all nations look at England and how all nations look at America, look up to them. Nations sneak in the back of lorries and sneaking under boats to get a piece of this country, get a piece of their blessing. But that's going to be us. We're going to be above them, man. All these other nations, all right?
Like the Bible calls us a holy nation. Holy means separate.
That's
They
right.
they can, if they want to bow down and kiss our boot, they can come to camp and show that they're sorry for what their forefathers or foremothers did. And they can come down and, show that they're sorry and show their reverence. But I'm not worried about saving oppressors. They were never worried about saving us. Even when they so-called freed us from slavery, they didn't save us. They didn't do it out of the goodness of their heart. It was out of convenience and out
That's
of
right.
economics and out of the fact that they could not handle our uprisings. So they had to loosen our restraints a little bit. They had to take off the shackles and chains, but they only did so. And the Bible says this. They only took the yoke of iron off our neck when they destroyed us. So now we're willingly going to their marches where it's clear white supremacy. Clear as day. That they'll say it, there'll be a whole lot of Freudian slips, as they call it, where and they're always all drunk. Every single one I've seen in these interviews, they're all drunk. And when they're drunk, the truth actually comes out. Matter of fact, I have a video just for anybody, if you might be confused whether these marches are for British values and for Christianity. I have a video which will show you otherwise, show you exactly who the protests and marches are for. If you need me to pull it, I'll pull it.
Go on,
But
please, Mark. You might as well. You might as well.
what kind?
No, sorry. In
Salaki.
fact, no. Sorry. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
Oh no, I was going to say that. Do you believe that it's a bit harder to keep the Most High's commandments in England or the UK because there's a little bit more of white supremacy going on, and the Rothschilds and the Illuminati and the Freemasons and so.
I'd say absolutely not. What I would say actually, in England they got influence. Everything in England is telling you to have, to lay down with 304s. It's telling you to celebrate Christmas. So in that aspect, yes.
Okay.
But nonetheless, the Bible says keep His commandments. They're not grievous, meaning they're not hard. They're not something here to harm you, and you got to focus. I'll say it will be easier in the kingdom to do it. Why? Because we're in a righteous society. But nonetheless, there's always going to be that thought of saying that fight, saying break it. Break it, do this, do what you want. No one can tell me what to do. I can have sex with whoever I want to have sex with. I can, that car was nice. I'm going to take that car. So either way, you got to keep the commandments. You got to fight yourself and shake things off. And, either way, you got to do it. I'll say it's harder in England, yeah, because, there's things out here that are legal, that are unlawful. Strip clubs are legal. Ain't no one stopping you from just walking in, whereas in the kingdom, there won't be one. So, yeah, in that aspect, you're probably right.
Okay,
but
rather than America,
it becomes, or rather than America. Nah, it's. I mean, Britain and America is the same. Like they damn near one and the same. But whether you're in America, whether you're in Britain, it becomes easier when you separate spiritually for these people. You're not British.
You're right.
You're not a British citizen. You're not black British. You're not even whatever island you're
Jamaica,
enslaved in the Caribbean. You are an Israelite. And whatever the same way, it's not hard to keep the commandments with all these Muslims here now, with all their influence. That doesn't make it harder because they're keeping Ramadan. Doesn't mean we should be influenced to do that. When we become separate, we say, okay, they do what they do, and what they do is vile. What they do is against our book, but we have our instruction. We have our moral code, our law, statutes, and commandments. This is what we do. It becomes much easier when you separate from these nations spiritually.
Right. Okay.
And you can do that wherever you are.
The water.
Are you on the bar? All right. I'm about to play this video, which shows you, it will absolutely show you what these marches are about and what they are for. All right, let me show you this video real quick. And to the two brothers, if y'all want to chime in at any point again, y'all can do so. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't think you can raise your hand on TikTok, but just unmute and say Salakia, or just say you want to add something. All right. But I'm gonna play this video real quick.
Actually, nice to meet you. I'm here to stand up for our country to get it back to great again, making it how it used to be, so that it's empowered. Do you think there should be immigrants here, or 100% to a certain level though? They shouldn't be able to come here, roam freely. And a lot of when you say they would roam freely, what do you get to come here?
That I just found that funny. They should be immigrants because he knows deep down that the UK couldn't survive without immigration. It would have absolutely no flavor. It would have no skilled workers. They saying that these white children have been failing schools for years, for decades. And you look at all these marches and the education level, I mean, it just goes to show. It just absolutely proves the point that these people are incapable of running an actual society without the skill and the labor of the so-called immigrants. Right? So he says they should be allowed, but they shouldn't be allowed to roam free. It almost sounds like slavery. Yeah, we can have these people over here and they can work our fields, they can work the jobs that we don't want to do, but they shouldn't be allowed to roam free. Let's put them in cages like they doing up in America with the Hispanics. Let's put them in the field, and these are people that want to make England great again, or make America great again. They want the immigrants. They want the cheap labor. They want people who are actually skilled enough to do the job, but they don't want them to roam free.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
In Revelations 18:2, the scriptures says to separate ourselves from amongst these other nations, because these other nations are amongst the most hateful birds in the world. And they teach us to break the laws of the Most High by trying to influence us through their force and their violence and influence in social media and other outlets.
I mean, what the brother's bringing out is the truth. It's like, are you a brother in the I.S.U.P.K?
Gabarda.
Gabarda, all right? I see you been tuning in and stuff, all right? Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yahabaka.
Most High in Christ. All right. Now we're gonna play on with this video, and then we're gonna get into some commentary. All right. It's like I just had to interrupt there because I mean he wants the immigrants, but he don't want them to roam free. Interesting. That's your typical YT mindset.
As long as they want, whereas if we was to go there, yeah, illegally, they aren't actually kicking them out, they're allowing them to stay here.
What would you say to the fact that net migration has drastically decreased in recent years by over 1 million people since its 2023 peak? Would you say that it's fair?
Disagree.
Would you say that it's fair then to suggest that no one is doing anything about immigration?
They aren't doing anything about it, that's correct, because visually statistics may say otherwise, but what we can see logically, there's too many of them here, they're starting to overpower us. Like I think there's something like 70 MPs currently that aren't even white.
You said the 70 MPs that aren't white.
Yeah, so they're from other ethnicities, other background. So how can a member of parliament that is supposed to stand up for white people, not just white people, but the British people, doesn't matter the race, they aren't.
Because I suppose that's one of the things people would look at this and be worried about.
We're saying there's too many non-white. There's too many non-white MPs. And how are these MPs supposed to stand? They're supposed to stand up for white people. I mean, not white people, but British values. And then you just default to the British values, and it's not a third. It's absolutely about race. When they say make Britain great again, they want to make it white again. He said there's too many of them. They're beginning to overpower us. These white men are living in fear. It must be terrifying. It must be absolutely terrifying, and you must just feel so emasculated that just to see too many non-white people, it must just be, frightening.
You know what's funny as well, yeah? Too much immigrants to a white team, man, just means four. When a white man will see just a couple black men, oh my god, too much of him. That's how intimidated he is. They teach us stuff. They teach us stuff that they don't believe themselves. All my life I was taught color don't matter. All my life I was taught it don't matter what color you are, we all bleed red. You get 4 black people in parliament, oh my god, they're taking over the country. Oh my god, we're misrepresented, man. One white team man dies by the hand of the police. Oh gosh, no justice, no peace. White people, the police are stopping us in our streets, and meanwhile, black people have been going through this for years. We've been stopped in frisk from we came here from the Windrush, man. We've been gunned down by the police, the same people that's supposed to protect us. We've been gunned down by them, and we don't get no justice, man. One thing with Henry Novak, oh god, you see the police hate us, and the police are sticking up for the immigrants, man. That's the problem with the system, man. So like, anyone, a couple people joining in, or
I wanted to.
I seen someone join in. One sec, just before we do so, I see I believe there's a sister in the comments, Pariah, Yahalia, Yasha'ala, Most High in Christ. She said the Kodash teachers. I'm assuming he's talking about the last one. Kodash teachers, Most High in Christ. All right, the water to you for tuning in. All right, we had to get our people back to our culture and our language. All right, so I appreciate the support. All right. Oh, she says that anyway you can get study materials. You want to reach out to I.S.U.P.K. UK. All right. You can get in the class. Forget about the study materials. Reach out to I.S.U.P.K. UK at gmail.com or on our Facebook. We can get you materials so you can continue learning the Lashwan Kodash, the holy tongue. I'm saying our original language. All right. So I just want to make that be known. All right. We got someone else joined, Seymour. All right, Seymour. I got you up next. All right. What do you want to, what's your name and where you tuning in from? Oh, Slack I think I might have muted the brother by accident. Slack, if you could unmute.
Hello, I'm so sorry. I think I joined by accident. It's a really good conversation though. Keep having these and I'm going to follow you.
No problem at all. No problem at all. We appreciate the follow.
All
right, no sweat. No sweat. Take it easy. All right. So, was there any brothers that wanted to speak on that? Matter of fact, hold on. I might not have finished playing the end of the video. Let me just make sure I play the end of this video. Give me 1 second. All right. So he want to claim it's not about race.
Because I've got multiple friends. Doesn't care about their ethnicity. It's whether they identify as a white person it doesn't matter what colour the skin is by blood. What you believe in, whether you are British as a person.
He says he has lots of friends. I'm assuming he's trying to say he has lots of friends of all different ethnicities. It doesn't matter about their race as long as they identify as a white person, is what he said. So he has a black friend that he don't have a problem as long as they identify as a white man. And that's exactly what we was talking about earlier. That's like if you assimilate, they will use you, and you know they don't have a problem with you then at that particular moment. But I mean, the second you don't identify as white, I mean, good night. Go ahead, Gabar.
You know what's very heavy on that topic? Psalms 10 and 8, because it explains a lot what they've been doing to us for so long. The stop and frisk, the traffic stops. How you gonna stop somebody for a broken tail light? Why do you have to shoot and murder them when you see other nations, especially white people, fighting against them, telling you what they ain't gonna do up in a cop's face, up there trying to swing at them? But when it comes to us, we automatically see on sight and shot.
Right. I mean, it's absolutely right. Go ahead, sir.
For me as well, this is a eye opener to black people. It should be anyway. See, this is what we thought. We thought, yeah, because we could, fight in the army and be a part of Britain, and we can vote now. We thought that we were British, man. They're letting you know now you're not. We're like a man in the house, but with a dog in the house, with a pet in the house. The pet gets to sleep on the couch sometimes. The pet gets to come inside and get some good food and everything. But you don't want that pet over you. Now, that same pet that you love so much and you give food and you pet him and you love him, you don't want him ruling your house, though. You don't want him over you. You don't want him in your bed. And that's what black people are. We're in England. And England love us, man. They love our music. They love our food. And they pat us on the head. But whoa, black man, what's this now? You're trying to be a part of parliament. I can't have that, man. You're the pet in England. You're the dog in England. We don't mind you playing your music. We don't mind your entertainment. In fact, listen, we don't mind you getting us gold medals, man. But you want to be a prime minister now? Can't have that. We can't. We thought for too long we got ahead of ourselves. We thought, no, we're British now. Ain't nothing that we can't achieve. Ain't nobody hold us back. Listen, black man, you're not a part of England, man. You're the pet of the house, and everything's fine as long as you know your place. As long as you eat them crumbs. Don't eat my steak on the table. You eat your little pedigree chums, man. You eat your dog food, man. Stay in your place, and therefore we got no issue. But the day you come in Parliament and the day you ask for stuff and you ask for equality and you do protest, who the hell do you think you are? You're in England now. That's what we are in England. The oppressor letting you know that, listen, you ain't the same as us. We allowed you to live in this house. We allowed you to get some heat. And, you can get the one corner in the living room and you can watch TV with us. In fact, you can sit on the couch if I allow you to. But when you want equality, we got a problem. We got to leave now. So, like, I yield.
Good night.
Go ahead.
Who was the first person? I think Eliyahu, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say something like that's why it's in like Zephaniah 2:1 it says, "Gather yourselves together, nation not desired," right?
You go.
Before the decree bring forth. So Israel got to stick together, like you said, and separate.
There you go. Back to the pet analogy. You know what I mean? We think now, oppressive change now, time to change. They love us, man. They pat us on the head. We got jobs now, man. They don't, man. They love you how they love a pet. How you love your pet, but your pet, you would never want your pet over you. You would never want your pet making decisions. And the oppressor doesn't love us, man. He loves us like a master loves his dog. Don't get it twisted, man. I see black men in these protests. I was in the pub yesterday, man. I saw black men going crazy when England scored, man. I was looking like, damn, you don't even know, man. As soon as you win this World Cup for them, you're going back to them council estates, man. You know what I mean? You're going back to be, a gremlin, and anyway, I forget it. My head's gonna explode. So lucky.
And a matter of fact, sir, it's so funny because like even when they have this disdain for this person is now the problem, and right now it's like the Muslims. Muslims is the problem. I've seen some video. It's always some drunk white man, and he got on the bus. I think the bus driver didn't stop for him, right? And he managed to get on the bus, and he's now yelling at the bus driver. The bus driver must be some form of Asian because he calls them a P word that rhymes with Aki, a N word, The rhymes with bigger. And then pig. A P-N pig. And I'm like, you're either one or the other. So he must be, if it's calling him the P word, he must be that. Because you don't call a black guy the P word. You don't call him Aki. You don't call him that. So he must be that. But even when the disdain is for somebody else, they call them the N-word. The disdain and the hate for us still comes out. It just comes out like venom. It's just, even when it could be a Polish person they talk about, they'd probably call him the N-word. Because even in their mind, they just have that perpetual hatred against black people.
Absolutely.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Gabar.
Second Ezra 6:57 is very, very heavy, talking about how they became lords over us, even though they look at us as pets, look at us as nothing. But the Most High said they are nothing and reputed as nothing. And because of that and how we went through the curses, they became lords over us, using that to their advantage.
Yep. That's why they want to keep you in that church. That's why they want to keep you celebrating Christmas. Every time you try and do something different that is outside of the plan they've set for you, yeah, hold on, something ain't right. They'll call you radical, or they'll put you on the Southern Poverty Law Center for a hate group, just for doing and believing something different. I mean, Slacky Cap, go ahead. You was gonna say something?
No, I was done. So I was saying, you got any more on that topic?
I think that's about it on that. I mean, just in case there was any brother or sister that was confused and thought these people were protesting and marching for Britain, British values, and or Christianity. It's absolutely none of the above. As a matter of fact, my topic for today is England really a Christian country? Because if they're Christian and they believe that God loves everybody and everybody can be saved, why are they not trying to save and help those people that are, coming seeking asylum on the boats, being persecuted? Why are they not trying to save everybody? It seems as though they don't really think, they don't really, follow them values. Matter of fact, right. I seen a video. Now this video, this is in America, but somebody asked them, some white Christian asked them, would they allow Christ in their country? And they said, let me just show you what they said. Let me find this video real quick.
Slakia, I want to say this real quick. Like Ecclesiastes 12:13 says, a beast loveth his own life, which means their own people never liked us, so they will tend to their own while in the disguise of saying, oh, we're going to help y'all. And another scripture say, Proverbs 11:21, though they walk hand to hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. They being revealed now of what they really doing to us, because all this marching and protesting we doing, yeah, it's making a point, but yet they still show us at the end of the day they not for us.
Right.
Absolutely, man. Right. Absolutely. Never have been.
And before I get to this video, I think we had a sister that joined, the same sister, Pariah Yahalia. I don't know if you wanted to say anything, just let me know your name, where you tuning in from, and anything else you wanted to say.
Shalom. I'm tuning in from Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I attend classes, but I watch your Lashawan Kodash class online. Yeah, you're so good. You're so good. I just was wanting to get I was wanting to see if you had your materials, like how you go on your screen, you're moving around your screen, that endless screen. First of all, what application are you using with all those endless notes?
Yeah, I got like a billion things on there. It's like an online whiteboard type tool. The reason I had started doing it on there is so that any classes that I put together, all that hard work, I don't want it to just be on a whiteboard and that gets erased at the end of the day. I want to be able to refer to it, to have those resources that I can download them, send them to anybody. But if you would like those resources, I have plenty on there. Just contact us by email and
I already sent
those resources over to you. All right, Most High in Christ. We'll check the email and anything. If there's anything in particular you want, like if you wanted like prepositions, possessive adjective, verbs.
I want all that you can send me. Load me up, because I really feel like our language is the most important thing. Getting back to our tongue, I've been like low key just saying little stuff to people in my neighborhood that I know the truth as well, but are lazy and don't want to come to class. But I've been trying to like spread our language more. I also do music, so we've been sitting down talking about changing my direction of my music and putting more of our language, like starting lightly with the hooks and stuff like that.
Okay, that's fire. I like that. And sis, are you in the school?
Yes, yeah, in Atlanta.
I.S.U.P.K. Most High in Christ. All right, shout out to you. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna send as much as I can. I'll see about getting some resources. If you've emailed that, I'll check the inbox and I can get some resources over you tonight.
Yep, I sent the email about 15 right after you said it. I was typing it as you were saying it.
Both sides credit. This is the follow orders. Both sides credit. All right, both sides credit. That's too wild. Yeah, I'm gonna see about getting if not today, I'm gonna see because I got a few things I gotta get done today. But I'll definitely try and get them resources over to you. It's a lot to download.
Whenever you can.
It may even be over a couple of days. For like you, for you know what I'm saying, it might take a while. But I'm gonna get them over to you for sure.
Yes, Con.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
Oh no, just Most High in Christ.
All right, no sweat. The water to you, sis. Shalom.
Shalom.
Right.
Sorry, Raawban.
Go ahead.
If you could get some of them questions in the chat, or some of them statements.
I might have do some scrolling. You know, I don't pay too much attention to these keyboard warriors, but count it on con, sir. Let's get these coming. Let's see. Someone said, "What are the foundations of your faith?"
The foundation is what? That blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real Jews, man. You know what I mean? And we lost our way, and our job is to bring them back. They don't know who they are. You know why? They don't know who they are because they've been colonized, slaves. They think they're British. They think they're British in your protests, in your marches. That's why we're teaching our people their original culture. What's the next one?
Let's see. We got. So then hold on. I don't know if they debating each other in these comments.
Okay, that's it.
They got. Do you think Africa should? Hold on. Do you think? I assume they mean should pay. Do you think Africa should pay for father sin of this? I don't even know. It's like it.
Next one. Get next one.
I know the education in the UK is going down the hill, but I didn't know it was that bad. So like it. Let's see what else we got. People who migrated ages ago have integrated and embraced the culture. Don't know. Do you know what I mean? Okay. No. So I don't know. So it's like if you see any questions that are in here, it's like I don't.
I seen one about race. It goes, yeah, a white man can't even join your religion. Yeah, exactly. Because number one, this is what to Mo Rowan. We're not a religion. We're not a religion, so therefore a religion is something where it's a faith where anyone can join. We're not a religion, we're a nationality. Hebrew Israelite is a nationality. Hebrew is our language. Israelite is our nationality. Just like a man from China, born and raised in China, a part of the Chinese government, he can't join the Britain's First Party, can he? Why? If I ask you, why can't a man from China, born and raised in China, don't speak a lick of English, why can't he join the Britain's First Party? You tell me because he's not British. And likewise, all these other nations, not just white people, they're not Hebrew Israelites, so therefore they can't join. This is a Hebrew Israelite thing. It's a nationality thing. Right. This is like if I have a family reunion and my family reunion is the Johnsons, then the Campbells can't come. Likewise, it's a Hebrew Israelite reunion, man. So no other race can come. Simple as.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
It's exactly right because Jeremiah 17:4 says we shall be discontinued from our heritage. So the heritage that the Jewish people have stole, meaning that they came and took what was ours and made it theirs. That's why it's the ish at the end of the word Jew. But because of how we are not a religion, it's a heritage, lineage, birthright, and forefather, according to Numbers 1:18, to why nobody can come who's not one of those 12 tribes and join what the Most High had established, which is one West I.S.U.P.K.
There you go. Why would you want to join? If you're a white man, Pakistani man, China, why would you want to join, man? You got something of your own. You got the British government. You got Britain's first. Why would you want to join us, man? You're good, man. You got your own. Listen, what these oppressors are doing, keep marching, and keep making sure that Britain stays great. You're doing the right thing. You love your country. You love your people. You're doing the right thing. This is the problem. My people ain't doing it. That's where we come in. We're doing the same thing you're doing. You're marching and going out there on the streets. We're marching and we're going out on the streets. And we're getting the few black men the Lord, raised up. The Lord got a remnant of black men that he wants to fight, man, and keep his culture going, man. And we're raising them men up. Just like how you're raising listen, your country's becoming a Muslim country day by day. And you're getting the few white men that you can, you get them together. Why? If you want to keep British values alive. You're getting all the white team men that got courage left to fight against this, because why? A lot of your white team men have been assimilated and they love this country and they love what it's becoming. So you're getting the few that want to fight against it. We're doing the same thing. We're getting the few black men that don't love prostitution, the few black men that don't like PDF files. We're getting them together, making them strong. That's all, man. Leave us be.
I think the reason why a lot of people find what you just said, a lot of people will resist that because, you see, what we are fighting against and what we're uprising against, because it didn't happen in the present day, these are things that happened in the past. So to them, it's not that relevant, and he who feels it knows it. This is why I say one of the most important things that, apart from teaching our children our true history and the past, we've also got to get our young people and the new generation to understand the aftermath and trauma. So not just what happened, why it happened and what it was designed to do. Then you have a better understanding of why things are the way they are and why we're so oppressed even in this present day. Although these atrocities, took place a long time ago, when laws and legislations changed, and the so-called abolishment of slavery, you have to remember the law might have changed, but people's paradigms and perceptions didn't change, and it didn't stop for the powers that be to still go on and try to continue us and disguise it and oppress us in other ways, which is what we live and eat and breathe every day. And I think what's also important and a big problem is black economics. We're not we need to we need to focus on the black pound, and likewise in America they need to focus on the black dollar. Corporate Britain and corporate America is not built for us. So I think now, with technology and being in the 21st century, I think we need to start. It's good to know about the history and the past, right? But the truth is, we're not going to be able to rewrite history. And the history books are not written by people who win wars. And when a country overthrows a country, then they don't give it back. Don't be fooled by these little small islands celebrating Independence Day when they own less than 60% of their own country's infrastructure. So what we really need to do, I appreciate all the points have been valid that have been made, but what do we do going forward economically? I would like to see, Israelites owning businesses and putting money into our community and employing our people and building infrastructure. That's what I want to see. I think all the knowledge and the learning from the past is great, but if like they say, knowledge is power, but it's only stored information if you don't have nothing to apply it to. So if learning all of this, and I'm not saying you guys personally, I'm just talking in general, right? If learning all of this is not motivating us to build black economics, like what we're doing it for? We've had so much taken from us. We ruled the world.
So Max, if I could, that's why like, as much as I come on TikTok and I debate, brothers, I love sometimes to sit down and debate, man, and talk and reason. I love it, man. And what he's saying is key. What he's saying is key. The answer to your question that I'll say is to, if you're a Caribbean descent, to join the I.S.U.P.K, man. You're talking about the black pound. Listen, we agree that we need to support black businesses, and the I.S.U.P.K is the best black business that you will ever find in England. The best black business. Let me tell you something. In the I.S.U.P.K, you're not allowed to marry nobody else. You're only allowed to marry a black woman. This is the only black business where we support our own. If you're a black man, we'll only give our money to our own. We only give our love to our own. We're the only business on the face of the earth that we only care about our own people. The I.S.U.P.K is the answer to all your problems. We teach black people how to love each other. We teach black people how to not commit crimes, how to squash beef, the whole nine. And I'm telling you, if you give the I.S.U.P.K a chance, man, you come to our classes, you will learn. And not only do you learn it as well, we put it into practice. We put it into practice, man. We support black businesses. We have food drives. We have food programs. We have educational programs. We have the lot, man. So again, we're not just no Bible bashers, pushing a lot of Bible, and we got the knowledge and we put it into effect as well. You want food, brother? We'll feed you, man.
I respect
We
that.
got food banks. You want knowledge? We got knowledge too, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That commands Johanna pays brothers rent, man. We help brothers out, man. Let me tell you, you invest in the school, you become a brand new person, you become an Israelite. We really want you to keep the laws, statute, commandments, our culture, become one of us, and we'll make sure. Listen, everyone talks about how black women are alone and they push a stroller alone and got no man in the house. We're the answer to that problem, man. A man in here can't leave his woman. A man in here must marry a black woman. We got the answer to all black problems, man. You give us a chance, brother. You come to 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, or you log in online. You give us a chance, man, and watch out. We'll show you that we ain't just talking, man, and we'll put it into practice.
Damn right. Another thing too, if I could add, Salakia, I just wanted to add, I know you talking about, we just talk about the thing that happened to us was in the past, is also present day. It ain't just about slavery. There are things that are happening to this present day that still impact us. We talk about things that's going on even in America, how they oppressing our Hispanic brothers, how they oppressing the northern tribe up in America. We talk about things that go on every day in our streets. We talk about things like Dejon Reed and all the young brothers and sisters they have abused and unalive, stopped and frisked. We talk about things that happen to this day and show our people, because we've been asleep for far too long. And it's like we are trying to see the best in the so-called white man, and we're turning a blind eye to the fact that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Because we look up to him as Jesus. We're trying to give him every single chance under the sun. We should be done. We should be absolutely done. History and what you see with your very eyes tells you these people do not love you. So I just want to go ahead.
You know how it's very prevalent how you can find us when we of I.S.U.P.K are doing nothing that these religions, churches, and organizations are doing. We're not trying to simulate with anybody else. We're trying to teach the truth of the scriptures. We're trying to teach about our heritage, our language, what we went through, everything. And the fact is, First Maccabees 14:9 says, the ancient men in the streets communicating of good things, and the young men in the streets on the corners in warlike apparel. Because all these other Israelite groups that's out here that's trying to cap or I.S.U.P.K, the thing is, we the ones that came out with the beautiful garments and whatnot, living like our forefathers told us to do, and to go out there and speak the truth, not being afraid of anything. And we're speaking against what is the norm of every religion out here.
Absolutely.
I've got one quick question.
Go ahead.
When did the I.S.U.P.K start? Was it 1969, or was it before that?
No, well, the I.S.U.P.K started from 1969. Prior to that, the same men that were teaching the Bible was around, but not by the name I.S.U.P.K. This truth started from Moses all the way up to Christ. You know what I mean? All the way up to his disciples. And then the truth was gone for a very long time. Why? Because the Romans unalived us. And then the Lord raised up the I.S.U.P.K.
Okay. But it wasn't before 1969. That's what I was going to ask.
But the name I.S.U.P.K, no. But this truth, the same prophets are back in the same flesh over and over again. And we've been doing this from the time of Moses, from the time of the prophets, all the way from Jesus Christ. And the truth went away for 2,000 years. And the Lord said, I'm going to bring it back. And the Lord started in Harlem, New York with 7 brothers. And we're back again today, rocking and rolling all over the earth.
Do you know when One West started? When did that start?
One West is I.S.U.P.K. One West is just the address. You know, in England, you got you got Johnson Road and certain road. America is a bit different. I like Raawban. They do it by the intersection. So they'll have 1 in the east or 25th in the east. The address of the original school was 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem.
Harlem, New York.
Okay.
That's just the address.
So they're one and the same. All right. We had some questions in the comments. Somebody asked, this is from Seven the Hitman says, do y'all have multiple holy books?
Well, oh no, that's a tricky question. Because the Bible is the only book that we use, but the Bible is comprised of other books. What's some other books? Jeremiah, Ezekiel. So I don't know, Raawban.
Right. So, those are the
tricky
books.
one?
Nah, to simplify it, we use the King James version. Like if you look at the 1611 version, like you could say the Bible and Apocrypha is what we used. But if you look at the King James 1611 version, it had both the Bible and Apocrypha. So it's all one book. We don't have multiple holy books. This book that we have, the King James 1611, is a compilation of holy books. If that answers your question. So it's like a yes and no. All right. We had another less a question but more a comment. This Mo Rowan guy says, you guys deny Jesus. The one who sent him will deny you. Just wait a bit. Well,
Mo Rowan, jump on the live, man. Come on, man. Express your opinion. I don't deny Jesus, man. Listen, we follow Jesus, man. You know who denies Jesus? You do. Show me in the Bible where Jesus Christ said, celebrate my birthday. Show me in the Bible where Christ said, celebrate Easter. If anyone's denying Christ, it's you, not me.
Not saying his real name is denying him, in my opinion.
Hold on.
So 1 second.
Real quick. Who was talking? That was Gerard Rex? Or that was Pariah? Who just spoke?
Salakia. I just said anyone that calls him Jesus is denying him, in my opinion.
Okay, I feel you on that.
Absolutely.
That's not his real name. All right, we got Gerard Rex 1960. What's your name and where you tuning in from? Hello? Going once, going twice. All right. You know what? Instead of disconnecting, I'm gonna just mute the brother. Oh, was that him? I was like, you might have just. All right, go ahead. I'll let you. No, sir. Go ahead.
You know what's so crazy? When Mo Rowan said that we deny Jesus Christ, but the fact is that every religion out here, not what we speaking, but every religion out here is denying Christ, because 2 Corinthians 11:4 says, for when those preachers are.
I think the brother cut out. It's like, y'all can hear me? It may be me.
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. It's not me.
I hear you.
Okay. All right. No sweat. Oh, he back. It's like you would cut out for a second, brother.
Oh. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
2 Corinthians 11:4 is a prime example of these religions denying Jesus Christ. We have not denied him, because we actually enforce the law, telling you to keep the law, telling you to be holy, because the Most High in Christ is holy. And when these other churches speak to try to reel you into their BS, the scripture says, for if you preach another Jesus that we have not preached, talk about the priests and prophets of the Most High in the Bible, and us that of those that came after those priests and prophets, if you preach another Jesus, you definitely denying the Most High in Christ. Because if we speak in what we should do according to the Most High in Christ, but yet the scripture saying love each other, and that's not in the Bible at all, what you think you're doing.
Matter of fact, like you, you know what I'm saying? You saying we deny Christ. The people who deny Christ are those that use Christ as a license to sin. That's who denies Christ.
That's right.
Christ came to give you repentance for your sins, gave you a clean slate. And this is really only for the children of Israel. But for those who claim it's for everybody, if that's what you believe, then Christ died to give you a clean slate. But you use him as a license to keep on sinning. To keep on sinning as though I'm just a sinner and nobody can be perfect. Christ said, be ye therefore perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. You deny Christ. Christ said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And if you say anything otherwise, you deny Christ.
That's right.
Matter of fact, let me show you who else denies Christ. Let me show you all this quick video. This is a perfect segue into this video I got right here.
Oh, it's like it. But Salakia, before you go
Before,
there real quick,
go ahead. I'll let you work out.
Romans 6:1 and 2 that says, "Shall we continue to sin because grace abound?"
God forbid. God forbid. All right, let me play this video.
If Jesus was here right now, would you let him in? Of course I would. Why?
As long as he went through the proper, as long as he
came here legally. As long as Jesus Christ came to this country legally, we would let him in. Gentlemen, thank you. No, thank you. If Jesus was here right now, would you let him in?
Yeah, y'all deny Christ. That's who denies
That's
Christ.
right.
So-called white man denies Christ. Matter of fact, y'all deny Christ so bad, you had to paint him as a white man because you could not and would not ever serve a black Christ. Y'all, even y'all Muslims talking about your Isa. You deny Isa. Isa, according to the Bible, is a black man with woolly hair. You don't serve a black Christ. You don't reverence a black Christ. When we stomp on that devil image, a camp, you had Muslims upset, crying. You stepping on Isa this, Isa that. You deny Christ. That's who denies Christ.
And when you raise that point, that's the only time to them color doesn't matter. If it didn't matter, why did you get all these famous artists to repaint him a color that clearly he wasn't? The Bible says that the soles of his feet was the color of brass. It's just common sense. The soles of anybody's feet is the lightest part of their body, so the rest of him had to be darker than brass. But they always portray him with blonde hair, blue eyes, and you can't go into even a black church in America and find a black statue of Jesus. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's the only time color don't matter no more. Yeah, you deny Christ. You deny Christ's ethnicity. And Christ came to save his people. When you paint Christ as a white man, that's like if you painted King Charles as a Somalian. You denying King Charles.
That's right.
That's a white man. If you paint him as any other race, you denying who he actually is. Y'all say you have a personal relationship with Christ, but you don't even accept what he looks like. You don't accept what race he was. That sounds like denying Christ to me.
Exactly, Salakia. Exactly, just like they painted King James white. Painted King James white when he really a black man who ruled over 7 provinces in England.
Yeah,
that's facts.
I was gonna say one thing. I believe that the white man is the devil, but do you know what scriptures you can go to actually prove that the white man is the devil?
Yeah, you got Revelations 2:9.
Yeah.
It said, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. You got, what's the one where it says that old serpent called the devil was cast down. You know, that's the same devil that was back there in the garden, the same man. Contrary to popular belief, people think it was a snake that spoke to Eve was a man.
No,
the Bible lets you know that, through reincarnation in the future, that same man that deceived Eve is him. You got you are of your father the devil.
Revelations 12:9, just to give the scripture.
Yeah, you got
for the devil's like. You go ahead, sir.
Most High Christ. You got when Christ, the scribes and Pharisees were acting like the Romans, and Christ said, "Look, man, you're moving like your father, the devil." We mean the Romans, saying, "Listen, you're moving like them." He called them the devil. You got Christ called. Who did who did Christ call a devil, man? But he goes, "You tell Caesar, I cast out devils." He goes, "You tell him that I'm not scared of no devil." He called him a devil.
Let me see.
Salakia, 2 Thessalonians 2:3-4.
Just 1 second, Gabardo, 1 second. He goes, you tell that fox. He goes, you tell that fox that I cast out devils.
That was Herod, isn't it?
Yeah. He called him a devil. He's saying, listen, you're looking for me, I'm looking for you. You're chasing me, I chase devils. It's calling Herod a devil. So, and the devil just means deceiver. You know what I mean? Who's more deceptive than this nation, man?
Yeah,
you got Chinese people that will go to Jamaica and build toll roads and use us and stuff. That's fine. No, it's not fine, but nations do horrible stuff. But no one is more wicked than this man. Please name it. I need to see. No one's more wicked than this man.
Oh, you mean like Job? Is it 9:24?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
And then you have this guy called Shrekology, who by all means, if you want to join the live and we can have the discussion, join the live. Again, there's too many warriors of the keyboard. I need some actual warriors up in here, man. I like to fight a little bit. Right? But yeah, apart from the white people, what about the races? What about assuming you're saying the other races? Are they devils too? I mean, to me, go ahead, sir.
They're not, man. The Bible calls them our enemies, but the devil is this oppressor. So these other nations, they exploit us. They exploit us. They rob us. They come in our communities and take the black pound. They do, but they do it under who? Under what? The real devil, man. He allows them. He puts you there in the first place. You know what I mean? There is this oppressor is the devil. Like in the black community, you got men and you got the man. This one's the man. This is the top guys. You got devils about, but the oppressor, the YT man, the European, he is the devil. He even oppresses you. Your people oppress me. He even oppresses you.
Right.
So there you go.
That's facts. That's facts. All right, let me see. On this topic, is there anything else anybody else wants to say? I want to return back to the first video, and I wanted to break down something else on that. So if there's anything else anybody else wants to say now, let's get it out. Otherwise, I'm gonna move back to our first video where that white kid was talking about how all these Britain, there's Britain and there's the PDF files, and if you look up the top 10 PDF files, none of them are British apparently, and we just dispelled that lie. But I just want to watch the rest of the video. All right, so let's play this.
For the march, Britain first.
Let me get to where we was at.
Why do you call them people? Because they're all. You've got the people on the street that are grooming kids. You've got. If you look online, top 10 pedophiles, they're all not British.
And we and another brother, I believe it was Max, you had mentioned if you look up the top 10 PDF files, they're all YT people. If you're looking specifically in Britain, they're all British people. You're looking at your Jimmy Savile, your Gary Glitter. Who else? When I look up this list,
Ian Watkins.
I'm gonna read this list that comes
Ian
up.
Huntley.
Ian Huntley. I'm gonna read all these names.
There's the Dunblane school massacre. That was another Scottish guy. It was the list goes on.
It absolutely goes on. You got Matthew Folder, David Nicholas Wilson, Richard Huckle, Neville Husband, Alexander McCartney.
The guy that used to read out the BBC News and tell us about criminals every day. He got caught with images on his phone. He didn't do a day in prison.
Right. So I just think, I know English people are uneducated, but if you saying you can do a Google search and not one of these are British people, try actually doing the Google search. Like, try it. I know research is like kryptonite to YT people who want to claim they have such high IQ, and they always drop in statistics about something or another, but they never actually look at the actual statistics. Research is like poison to a devil.
And the thing
like truth, the lies just come so naturally, but you actually looking into it and find out the truth, you're like vampires.
And the problem is ongoing and historic. It's just we've got the internet now and things can be documented more, and 21st century is the dawn of the digital and information age. We can share and transfer information at the speed of light. We go back, you look up people like the notorious Cray brothers from East London in the 50s. They've been procuring boys for MPs and people in high places, which is why they was able to get away with their crimes and reign for as long as they did. These people were known for this and having these what today would be called a freak off. They were having those with MPs and off-duty police officers. It's well documented about our own police forces over here, their involvement with how can you say this without getting restricted? Child adult videos. In Soho. They were actually running the ring and taxing the people that were selling them. So the corruption is very deep rooted, and it goes right up to the top. And we've seen it with like Epstein and all these people and things that have come to light. And I'm sure with those files, there's more that hasn't been released than that they've actually released, and that's a fact. Like these people, how do you pop up as a billionaire out of nowhere? Nobody questions who you are, how you made your money, and you've got some island and you're always taking children there, and weird things are always being reported. Like even with Jimmy Savile, before he was even arrested, it was an open secret. We used to have a thing called Childline, and used to have a 2-day like telephone thing where people could ring up and donate money. And the face of this organization was a lady called Esther Ransom. Yeah, she went publicly and she said, she was big at the BBC. She said that, oh, we all knew what Jimmy Savile was doing, but it was didn't talk about it. And she was the face of our Childline.
Good night.
It's disgusting, man.
Yeah, and I guess this is why these white children don't know about it. I mean, they're willfully ignorant. I mean, you can't not know about Jimmy Savile. They're willfully ignorant, but on the other side of that, they don't see it in their media. It's never covered because they don't actually cover the truth about who they are. They are the PDF files.
That's right.
They are the rapists. They are the wicked and violent people. It's like, go ahead. Who was talking?
50% of the child abuse happens in childcare homes. More than 50%. So it's by social services.
What's mad, yeah? If you leave it to British people, they talk like they're so humane and talk like they're the face of righteousness. They talk about, they love go to other countries and, overthrow their government because the government's so cruel and we know how to do it best. Meanwhile, look at our government, man. So I'm saying our life, fucking, I'm sorry, excuse my French, like I'm British, man. But look at the British government, man.
Right.
You got Jimmy Savile, Gary Glitter. You're saying that the woman who is in charge of the Childline, in charge of what happens to children, knows about Jimmy Savile and don't care about it. They love to talk about sham governments and corruption, but ain't no one more corrupt in England, man. You know what I mean? So I want to chime in regarding that.
No, absolutely, sir. And you got your lawyers also involved. There's judges. There's been judges that have been found for having child content. Judges, your police officers, plenty have been caught up in sexual assault. Like you think that this is a just country? You think
just based on what you just said? What other possible explanation could there be as to why these people just get a slap on the wrist or don't do no jail time at all? Because the law and legislation is always going to be written in favor to protect the rich and the elite and whatever it is they're into. And evidently, the elite are into little boys and minors are into.
Absolutely, and that's their power structure. Their power structure. That's why they get slapped on the wrists, and we get the book thrown at us. Even if we do the same crime, I'm saying we still get a harsher sentence than they would get. But the fact that sentences for sexual assault is so low, and you wonder why people from other countries who come over here and have that mindset, have those, have those desires or whatever, those wicked thoughts in their head, they see you do all these wicked things against women and children and get nothing. What are they going to think to do? I'm not saying they're all assaultive, but you have people of them, of course. Some of them are going to, be child predators. Some of them are going to be criminals. And you lay out that this system gives damn near nothing to sex offenses. What are they going to do? You taught them. They learned from you. They learned that they can get away with it. They learned that they can get 2 years, 4 years, 7 weeks. That's what they learned. Matter of fact, there was a story. Slacky, go ahead, sir.
I think also when they go to jail, they go to like a segregated jail. They go to a nice
because they wouldn't survive in prison.
Yeah, so they don't really get punished. Really, they get put away far from everybody else. They don't really get punished.
They get time out, sir.
They get the notice that then they get a brand new name. Put on a little list. They're fine. And meanwhile, now you're a black man, and you made a mistake in the past. You sold some substances. Your life is over, man. It's done. It's over. Meanwhile, a man that can harm a child, an innocent child, man, ruin their life forever. Like drug selling substances is no better. But at least when you sell a substance, the person you're selling it to is of age. They can make a conscious decision if they want to buy this or not. At least it's wrong, but at least they made a conscious decision. Said, I want this substance. A child don't have that conscious decision. You ruin a child's life forever, man. And you get a slap on the wrist, 3 years in jail. Meanwhile, a black man who's poor trying to make ends meet, you give him life. Again, this is systematically racism. You know what crimes white people commit, and you know what crimes black people tend to commit. So you give harsher sentences to the ones that we commit, i.e., the knife rape, the gangs, the firearms, and meanwhile, people that harm children, slap on the wrist, we'll rehouse you, we'll relocate you, give you a brand new alias. Come on, man.
I've had posts banned because we can prove beyond reasonable doubt, that when it comes to the safeguarding of children in the UK, there's multiple agencies involved in the due course and process of what's involved in safeguarding a child, right? So when they fail, there's multiple agencies involved, and we can prove beyond reasonable doubt, it's got to, they're failing so much, that the PDFs, are actually they've put them in a position where they can actually weaponize social services against the parents of these children. Because if you're convicted of crimes against minors, you seem to get special treatment and new identity. So any new woman, unless she runs a Clare's Law or something like that on you, and most women, if you meet a man and you're not suspecting anything like that, you're not going to have a reason to even think you're going to need to do that, right? So these men are able to come out of prison and walk into innocent people's lives who may already have issues going on already with social services, right? Now, when that perpetrator is ready to show their true colors, what they do now, when they can't get their way with the woman or they want them to do something that they don't want to do, then they just tell them, listen, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm just going to ring social services and tell them you knew about my background and let me round your child. How do we live in a day and age where a peddler is able to weaponize social services? This is not just an isolated incident. It's not an isolated incident that we can prove as well. And there's people who's working with children and certain checks ain't being done. I know people who's... And it's all these cases take place behind closed doors. In 2009, Jack Straw, who was the Home Secretary, got into a cab and didn't realize he was being recorded. They keep trying to take this down, but if you search for it, you'll find it, He was asked to explain why him and Marriott Harman, which was another MP at the time, was trying to lower the age of consent from 16 to 14 and why they wanted to make all the family courts private so that none of these cases is public. Why does the Catholic Church have a policy that if a child goes to another priest and says that Father so-and-so done such and such to me, that priest, under a general Vatican rule, you should not report that to the police. You have to do what they say is in the best interest for the church. And these priests don't face accountability. They just get moved to another parish. Do you know how many priests are living in Vatican City, which is a city in a country that has its own laws, like it's its own country, right? Have gone there on the run and they can't be extradited from this country and other countries and Ireland and so on. So it's rooted.
You know what the problem is? Why are we surprised? So why are we surprised? This nation that we're dealing with are sexual deviants. Always has been, always will be. All you got to do is a bit of history. When they went to India, what were they doing? Making love to the little boys. When they go around the whole globe colonizing people, it's not crazy. So when you're talking about Jack Straw is an MP that wanted to lower the consent of sex with females, no, with boys. The consent for sex, if you're same sex, is 18, not 16. And he wanted to lower it. Why? Because he's concerned about the homosexual community? No, because he wants to have sex with boys, man. That's the reason why, and they don't want to go jail for it. That's all it is, man. And that's their history. It's what they have been. The Greeks and Romans did it, man. The Greeks and Romans did it. It's just what they do. You see, listen, you You see British men with a British flag on their tattooed on their arm and a British bulldog tattooed on their calf. You think, wow, that's a lad's man. That's a man's man. Psh, behave. They're the biggest sexual deviants, man, with men the whole night. And then Jordan, the model Jordan had a boyfriend, and he was into kickboxing. He was such a jack the lad. You think, wow, that's a man's man. And she said, listen, I won't say it, but the thing she said happened in that bedroom, you look at him sideways. It's what it is, part of their culture. So don't be surprised if they want to let PDF files off. Don't be surprised if they want to lower their consent for same sex with two men. It's a part of their culture, man. Is that it, Raawban?
Concept. I mean, I got another video, at the end of this video, they're basically talking about how the police aren't doing enough. The police aren't doing enough, and we know the police are part of the problem. But here's what I would have as the solution, since the police have all this funding and all the, support to stop and frisk black people, because apparently black people are overrepresented in knife crime and violent crimes and this, that, and the third. Here's what they should do. Here's what Britain should do if they care about sexual offenses, if they care about these child offenses. Here's what they should do. Play this video.
If to crack down on pedophilia, which goes largely undiscussed because the perpetrators look a lot like the people who sell us on.
Give me 1 second.
Can you
Okay.
imagine if to crack down on pedophilia, which goes largely undiscussed because the perpetrators look a lot like the people who sell us our news and run our country, but can you imagine if in a bid to catch pedophiles, the police stopped every white man in the street to check if they had child pornography on their phone because they fit the profile? Please see this chart provided by the Ministry of Justice in 2024. 90% of child assault is committed by white men. Also note, white men are the only group overrepresented per capita. Anyway, can you imagine if police stopped every white man pushing a pram or with kids in the car or in a park, stopped them and said, can you prove this is your child? Repeatedly, every day. So frequently, in fact, the police have to issue white men, as they did black boys, with notes that say, I've already been stopped and searched by the police today, for when the next officer stops them. Let that sink in today. Uniformed policemen jump out their car, hands against the wall. You fit the profile of a child daily. You look like a sex offender, loudly. Get in these handcuffs. We think you're a predator, publicly. I mean, it's just the cost of keeping our streets safe, right?
Right.
Right? If it's such an effective, non-intelligence-led crime-fighting tool worth terrorizing black lives every day, why not roll it out across more crimes? Why keep a good thing so quiet, so niche? Mortgage fraud, tax evasion, stop them all in the street. But it would never happen, because dignity and presumption of innocence is only a birthright if you were birthed white. Talk to me.
Now, the sister was spitting. Facts. Now, of course, this is like against stopping and frisking black people, black children. But if you're going to do that, because apparently they fit the profile and, it's a good intelligence tool to stop and frisk this, that, and third. Oh, okay. Let's use it for all these crimes. We know who is overrepresented in child sexual offenses. We know that. Why can we not profile them? Why can we not stop and frisk them on the street? I see all these people that are on these at these protests at these protests and in these videos that I see, and the first thing that comes to my head is we need to check their hard drive. Check the hard drives of all these racist, YT people, and all these people that are so gung-ho against this and against that. If you check their history, there've been so many of these people that got arrested that are chanting "Save our women and children" and "Stop the boats," and they've been convicted like tens and dozens of times for domestic violence, for beating up their women. We need to start profiling YT people. That's what you would do if you really care about the sexual crimes in Britain. That's what you would really do.
Salaki, may I make a statement?
Go ahead.
A lot of the culture with the child molestation and pedophilia came from the Roman and Greek Empire, being upon who was in charge of their social status, being high up there. They would take young wards and take them to the bathhouses and sexually molest them and basically pimp them out for money. That's where you get the name gymnasium from, which in Greek or either the Roman language means to exercise naked. So it was a long-going incident before it became very social in today's times.
Yeah, I mean, good night.
Very true. The Roman Sparta, a lot of that.
Yep.
sodomite
I
behavior.
mean, if you go to any
The
gym in a
movie,
locker room, you're going to be accosted by like that should be you know what I'm saying, public indecency. There are stalls, and you can even go in a bathroom and get changed. But these I don't know what's wrong with them. I know what's wrong with them, but I mean, good night. They
And this
have
is the
to
mad.
they have to drop everything right in front of you. There's children in the locker rooms, all types of thing, and they
the
just
movie,
The
the
sad
Look
movie
at their
300.
look at
The
their
movie 300 was about
if
homosexuality underlined.
hold on. Let the cap speak. Go ahead, cap.
look at their statues, man. You go to Greece and Rome, you see statues of little boys with their penis out, man. Excuse me, can I say that?
Yep.
Or women with their breasts out. So if you draw them pictures today, you go to jail, man. That
Right.
is child PDF. That is indecent exposure, man. If you had them same images on your phone, you're going to jail.
Yeah, there's some
But
of the stuff that
but
I've
the
seen.
Greeks did that. The Greeks did that. Little angel baby with wings,
The Greek
naked,
and
and
Roman.
that's the oppressor considers that art. Is letting you know what kind of sexual deviant he is, what he always has been.
There's a documentary with Professor Griff, and there's one with David Icke, and they zoom in on some of these ancient artwork from Greek and Roman like history, and it's what you're actually looking at is there's no other way to describe it. It is literally children engaging with adults in ways that they shouldn't. Like these big Roman emperors, and the boy's head is right by the man's genitals, and literally like doing what I don't want to say it, but you get the picture, right? It's disgusting. It really
Epstein
happens. But I
Island.
think
That's exactly the picture. It happens today.
I think the biggest threat
You
that
know,
we're facing right now, though, when it comes to like the policing, is the introduction of AI into law enforcement. Because as men, we're already 8-9 times more likely to be stopped and searched for nothing. And for those who have even just a basic understanding of AI is governed by a learning machine, and the parameters of those learning machines are set by man. So that could be very dangerous depending on whose hands you put that technology in. Because if we're already being targeted, who's to say that's not going to be set to target people like us? I mean, they're targeting us already without it. So just imagine what it's going to be like when it fully kicks in. It's not like it's coming; it's already here.
No, that's facts. That's facts. If they're not already using it, they're going to use it to target us. Everything they come up with, they find some way to target black people, infiltrate black people, destroy something. They find a way to attack us.
Operation Trident wasn't about stopping black on black violence. Operation Trident, most people don't know this. It was a team of 12 officers. Only 2 of them was black, and both of them left due to racial discrimination.
Right. Yeah.
Salaki.
Any special team they put together, it's a special team of white supremacists. That's all it is. It's the Klan. It's the Klan as a special force. Go ahead.
Salaki, as far as Hollywood, the entertainment industry, music or whatnot, they are devices pushed by the industry to influence our people on being that's sexually ambiguous and sexually pushed out there. Because when you go to Hollywood to audition for something, later on you'll find out that the casting couch is for basically getting young children and young men, young women in there to be exploited and monetized for sexual gain and for these parties, especially what Diddy have done, what has these so-called child celebrities has suffered. They have books out there where they have written to where somebody who they trusted as to be a ward for them when their parents not on sets in these movie titles, how they would go ahead and grab the children and sexually assault them, then send them back out there to push out that emotion that their child have when pursuing that role. Also in the movies, like you got the movie Caligula and the movie 300, which is underlining about homosexuality, because the men of 300, when they was together, they sexually did these things to each other, but later out said that the women wasn't worthy of having them, and they went out to war having that spirit on them. But it was like now today, that same false spirit of how you see somebody manly but behind closed doors, they not.
That's so true, man. Like with
That's just them. Look, that's just how they are.
I was gonna say, like with
it's like it just all them white racists. Like you look at, there's a few being exposed. You look at Chud the Builder and some other racists, and you find out that they're dressing as girls they're dressing as little girls in their spare time. Like it's what I'm saying. You look at their hard drive. Then there needs to be investigations on all of them. Find what Tommy Robinson is doing in his closet. Find it out, because he's doing anybody who just can't leave black people alone. It's something within them, like that. Their hate is damn near turned into a sexual fetish, and they damn near get whatever pleasure they get of hating black people. Like there's some guy called Chud the Builder who was going around calling black people the N-word, trying to get a reaction. And you look at him now. You look at, he got found out he was dressing up as a little fairy or something like that. These people are just born sexual deviants.
Yeah, come on.
Sexual deviants that have privilege and power. I just can't wait for the Most High to just turn them on their head.
You know what really makes me laugh about Hollywood when you got these men up there that's supposed to be leading men talk about, I would never do that. I am so manly. But yet, like when you go to Deuteronomy 22:5, that says a man should not wear women clothing and women should not wear men clothing. Why you got all these comedians, especially Tyler Perry, in the charges that he brought up on, is wearing dresses and wigs and keep on saying, I will never do that role again. I will never play a woman. But how are you playing a woman? You might as well go up there yourself and act it out on screen to where you are doing what you saying homosexuals do. Don't just be up there like, oh, this is just for dress up. You're living that life. When you become, these characters in these movies, they actually putting on their spirit of what their character's supposed to be like. So if Tyler Perry is up there playing a woman, which is a man in a dress, he actually trying to become that woman. And that's why so many of these titles and these gender bending, titles are out there that men are becoming women and women are becoming men. That's like Romans 1:25-32 talk about how they threw away the use of the man naturally, and how these men are becoming women and how these women are taking on a very masculine role up there, being in charge of things they shouldn't be. When, the Most High said what each role is supposed to be within a household, the man being the head of the household, then above the man is the Most High, then under the Most High is Christ, and under the man is the woman, and then under the woman is the children for the man and the woman to teach them because of the laws of the Most High in Christ.
And you know what that is when you see the Tyler Perrys. All that is that's what happens when we try and join YT culture. That's all that is. It's their culture to dress up as a woman. It's their culture to be LGBTQ. It's their culture. What happens when we try and join their culture? We get Diddy. That's what happens when we try and join their culture. Diddy is doing something that all those other white people on Epstein Island, including Donald Trump. That back in that video, they were saying we don't want to invite PDF files into our country. Yet Donald Trump was here the other day. He's on the list. Nothing's been done. But Diddy's locked up. Matter of fact, Diddy's locked up for doing what he did was disgusting, and by our law is absolutely unlawful.
That's right.
But by America's laws, what he did wasn't really unlawful. But Donald Trump is still allowed to be the president.
You see,
but Elon Musk is nothing's happening to Elon. All them other YT people in power that are on that list, nothing's happening to them. But Diddy gets made the example of, because that's what happens when we try and join their culture. You get Diddy, you get Bill Cosby, you get Michael Jackson. These are vile things that if these brothers are guilty of that, they're done. It's vile, wicked. But they're allowed to do it. Leave that to them. Leave it to them to be that disgusting, thing. And let us be separate. Let us be holy. Salaki, someone was gonna say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right. You see, with Hollywood, one of the biggest problems is that nobody black owns anything of any significance in Hollywood, really, and in the music industry. And when you have a situation like where none of us own anything black, that means we can't control our own narrative. That means we're not going to be able to control how we're portrayed. Like for years in Hollywood, they didn't even have a category for black films. Everything black was labeled blaxploitation. That's how disrespectful they were to our art and our culture. And often when we see these so-called black movies like The Panthers come out, and people get excited and rush to buy tickets to go and see these movies, yeah? Sony Pictures and TriStar Pictures and all these things, these are not black-owned companies. The black people are not, the money is not going back to our community. Even if the director is black, the majority of that money, that is being made from those films, the black actors are being paid the least in these films, and you can actually research it. You also got a question: why do major record labels have stocks and shares in prisons, ones that ain't even been built yet?
Good night.
Invested in, because the pipeline from the music industry and the film industry to prison is very real. So a lot of artists and actors, their legacy and their body of work sometimes is worth more when they're dead than when they're alive. Yeah, and when you look at the amount of rappers and people that are famous through black culture, how they often die in their own cities and die in police custody, or just die in a place where they're supposed to be a world away from, but they seem to always end up back and dying in the hood. I don't believe any of these things are coincidences, and I know a few actors myself, and when I've spoken to some of these actors, they say to me, it's not like it's a secret society, but it's a secret society. So I said, what do you mean? So, well, basically you'll get invited to like parties and events. Nobody will come up to you and say, do you want to join this group, or do you want to take part in this? Just like what these same people are telling you in these interviews about Diddy, after certain hours, things come out and people are just watching to see if you're going to take the bait. And once you take the bait, that's basically you signing the oath. They know that you're game. And a lot of the time, they're filming these things and they're keeping these files for insurance. Just what they did to Puffy. Like, Puffy is not in jail because America cares about what happened to Cassie in that hotel room. Like, if they cared, why didn't it matter in 2016 when it happened? Why hold on to it for nearly 10 years? The only reason they released that video, is because they wanted people to step away from him. They've decided, see, what we look at in Hollywood as and in the music industry as the black elites, they're not elites at all. Those are the tokens that have been cherry-picked by the real elites. Those are the ones who, like, if a big alcohol company is struggling to get other people to drink their drink, then they'll use a Puffy and say, look, run around with this drink like it's yours. Tell the world it's yours if you want. But we'll give you your own tequila as well at the end of it. Just be a good boy, take this 60 million a year and promote the thing. When he wasn't getting his own tequila and he calls out the biggest alcohol company on the face of the planet racist and took them to court and is about to win, they wasn't going to allow that to happen. They wasn't. Talking about building a political party that's going to be a direct opposition to Trump. They wasn't going to allow that to happen. A black billionaire and a white billionaire in America is not the same. Those guys are billionaires through inheritance and ownership. Puffy and Dr. Dre's and Jay-Z's are billionaires through partnership. And the day they stop playing the game and they go off strip, they're going to remind you who you are and where you come from, and that you ain't part of the American dream.
Exactly how they did to Kanye West.
Yeah. He should be in jail, but it's just sad that he's not there for the right reasons. Yeah. Well, if he's in jail, why isn't it ironic? Clive Davis died a few weeks ago. Why didn't Clive Davis go to jail? Why didn't Lucien Grange, who owns Universal, the real power in the industry, all these big labels, Interscope, who do you think's distributing them? It's these Jewish companies. Right. You know, say it. It's what it is. I say Jewish because they're not the original Jews, but they are, you know what I mean? the ones that hold the power. They control the banking system. They control the media. You see what they did to Bill Cosby's son when he tried to buy his own news outlet. And then when Bill Cosby tried again to try to buy NBC, you see where he ended up. Everything that they was doing, these guys have been allowed to operate above the law because they was making these people a lot of dirty money and they was happy. As soon as they went off script, they become targets.
So luck, yeah.
Facts. Go ahead, everyone.
Sorry, Robert, I gotta go. But what your brothers are bringing is heavy. Keep it strong, you know what I mean? Keep teaching it, man. I'm listening to the rest of the show, but I've got to bounce. But yeah, man, the Max, the Eliyahu, Father for coming through. Let's keep chiming, all right? Shalom,
I think we about ready to close out as well. I said a few last questions. There's a sister, the sister Pariah, said, so her cousin was also born in the truth, then went to Islam. You don't know what to do to stop her. You said, you can't physically stop her, but you don't know what to say, and you're in shock. Sis, unfortunately, this is something that many of us have faced in the truth, where we have family that might have been in the truth, might have been in the school, and that family decides to break their oath and go back to something where they don't have, they're just, go back to do what it is, whatever deviancy it is that they want to do. They'll leave the truth, something that gives life to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and they'll go bow down to kiss a rock. And sis, what I'm going to tell you is a harsh truth. You may find it comforting because the truth should set you free. But sis, so many of our brothers and sisters that leave the truth, they left because the Most High did not want them here. They left because they were not really about this truth. They were lukewarm. And the Most High spewed them out. It's nothing that you can do to change somebody else's mind. If they want to bow down and serve a rock now, then Salakia, F them. If they would leave this body and leave this brotherhood or this sisterhood, then we're better off without them. Same with all them break-off groups. We are better off without them. The I.S.U.P.K is stronger by separation. If there is anybody that would just leave to now they're Muslim and now they're whatever the hell, just instead of having your mind be free, you just want to bow down to an Arab man. You used to bow down to the white man. Now you want to bow down to the Arab. Like you find this in the, if you was returning, back to whatever, maybe they used to be a Muslim. You said they was born in the truth, but there's people who are in the world, they're in the truth for a season, in the truth, and then they return back. I'm going to read Proverbs 26 and verse 11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly. Salakia, these people that leave the truth, they're not your brother, they're not your sister, your cousin. Your cousin is that brother and that sister that's in the truth with you, that's in those seats, that's in class. Your mother is that woman that's in the kitchen making food for these priests and prophets. Your father is these priests, these generals, these captains. Your brothers, these officers, these troopers. That's who your family is. As for myself, I don't spend too much energy or time. You can always say, hey, you need to, them Arabs don't give a damn about you. When push comes to shove, they're fighting for their own and they will fight against you. They ain't letting you in the mosque when race wars kick off and it's every nation for themselves. They ain't gonna let you in the mosque. There's another scripture. It's in Jeremiah. It's the last one I'm gonna get and I'm gonna close out. Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 11. How the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods, but my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit. There was some, our brothers and sisters, sometimes they will change. They'll be in the truth. They'll have the knowledge, but ultimately they want to smoke weed. So they'll become Christian because being Christian allows you to smoke weed. It allows you to be a homosexual. It allows you to be whatever deviant you are. They could have this truth, but ultimately they want to, sell drugs. They want to be able to sell drug to another black man. And so they'll go to Islam. where you know they love rock so much they slang that crack rock, and you can sell drugs to another man as long as they're not a Muslim. That's what they'll do. They'll change their gods to some. They'll change the Most High to something which does not profit. That's all that is. But your family, just as Christ said, who is my mother? Who is my father? No, who is my mother? Who is my brethren? Those that are here, these are my brothers. Those that serve the Lord, these the same as my mother and father and brethren and sister. That's who your family is. All right. Many of us have had to face that truth that your family in the world, you know, as much as you love them, they don't love you as much as you love them. If they loved you as much as you love them, they'd be here. They don't love you as much. All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream. It's been a real good show. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I appreciate Max, Eliyahu. Appreciate all the brothers and sisters that came in and out, you know what I'm saying, to add their input. Even the heathens. I appreciate y'all input too. All right. It's been an excellent show. You'll find me again next Sunday, every Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time, live here on TikTok. With that, to all the brothers, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham, and Yahweh Shema Ilatan Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. I appreciate y'all for your time, all right? Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right, peace.